Hey guys, Assalamualaikum everyone. Today I want to talk about floods. Nowadays, Malaysia is no stranger to floods. Almost every year, heavy monsoon rain affect thousands of lives across the country. However, some floods leave a deeper impact than others. In the late 2021, Malaysia experienced one of the worst flood disaster in its history. So, often referred to as the Bah Besar 2021, continuously heavy rainfall caused rivers to overflow, submerging homes, roads and entire neighbourhoods within hours. But even before that tragedy, Malaysia had already faced another major disaster, the 2014 to 2015 Malaysian flood, one of the most devastating floods ever recorded in the country. States such as Kelantan, Terengganu, Pahang and Perak were severely affected, forcing hundreds of thousands of people to evacuate their homes. So this disaster not only caused massive property damage but also affected the economy, transportation system and the emotional well-being of the flood victims. Okay guys, let's go deeper. I will pass to my friend to the next session of documentary.
For the Malaysian case of worst modern flood history, we have to look back at the yellow banjir or the yellow flood at 2014. For those who lived through it, will never forget it. We'll talk about it later.
Triggered by the northeast monsoon, it was a perfect storm. In Kelantan, it poured so hard that 10 days worth of rain doubled what the state usually gets in an entire month. The scale was mind-blowing. Over 230,000 people were forced to flee their homes. Entire towns vanished underwater, electricity went down and major bridges were literally snapped in half by the raging currents.
It cost billions in damage, but it also showed the incredible spirit of the Malaysian coming together to rebuild from the sludge.
Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. So today, I'm Ahmad dari Sequence to talk about flood in Malaysia. So, in December 2021, Malaysia faced one of the worst flood disaster in its history. Continuous heavy rainfall caused rivers to overflow, submerging homes, vehicles and entire neighbourhoods. States such as Selangor, Pahang and Kelantan and also Kuala Lumpur were heavily affected. Thousands of families were trapped as floodwaters rose rapidly within an hour. Okay, as we can see in the background or the image, many residents were caught unprepared. Some families had to climb onto rooftops and wait for rescue teams to arrive. Emergency responders, including the police, firefighters and the Malaysian Armed Force, worked day and night to evacuate victims from dangerous areas. According to the reports, more than 100 people were affected by the floods while many lost their lives and homes. So after the floodwaters began to recede, many families returned home only to discover severe destructions. For example, furniture, electronics and personal belongings were covered in thick mud. For many victims, the flood caused emotional trauma and financial hardships. Some families lost nearly everything they owned. Children and elderly citizens were among the most vulnerable during the disaster. Okay, so what is the causes of the floods and what can government do to prevent it? Experts believe that climate change, rapid urban development, illegal deforestation and poor drainage systems have increased the risk of severe flooding in Malaysia. To reduce future disaster, the government can improve the drainage systems, strengthen flood warning technology, clean rivers regularly, and control development in flood-prone areas. Planting more trees and protecting the environment are also important steps to prevent water overflow and soil erosion. So, as we know, the flood disaster of 2021 will always be remembered as a painful moment in Malaysian history. However, through better preparations, environmental protection and cooperation between the government and society, Malaysia can build a safer future for the next generation. Okay, so that's all from me. Thank you so much.
For the conclusions, the flood that struck Malaysia in 2014 to 2015 and again in 2021 remind us that natural disaster can happen unexpectedly and leave long-lasting effect on society. Beyond the destruction of homes and infrastructure, this flood revealed the importance of disaster preparedness, efficient rescue operations and cooperation between the government, organisation and the public. At the same time, climate change, environmental issue and rapid urban development continue to increase the risk of flooding in many areas. Because of this, stringent prevention strategy and better awareness among the communities are essential for the future. So ultimately, these strategies are not only story of loss, but also story of resilience, unity and survival among Malaysia during difficult time. Thank you.